Hi guys, hope everyone is doing great. In this video, I'll share with you the reasons why I love K-pop, as well as my top 5 favorite K-pop albums of all time. So as you all know, I've been a K-pop fan for a while. I think I started way back in 2008, but I really made it my staple music in 2011. So that's when Infinite debuted. So hopefully this video can provide you more info about K-pop or the music that I like. So I have here with me my K-pop box, and I'm gonna share with you my favorite K-pop albums, starting with my top 5. So my top 5 is BTS Too Cool for School. So this is their debut album. I think this was released 2013, so 7 years ago. This is how it looks like inside. So you have the CD right here. And yes guys, CD still exists in K-pop. And a photo book. So you can see the pictures of all the members. And also, as you can see, it's a signed album. I got all the autographs of the 7 members. So I got this because I was part of the first 100 members of the BTS fan club called ARMY. So it's way back 2013. And yeah, I can't remember how many times I posted a comment just to get this album. I prefer this album over their current releases because this has a more hip-hoppy vibe into it compared to the recent songs, which are more pop-ish or R&B-ish. So yeah, and also the songs in this album are really meaningful. It talks about bullying and also about reaching for your dreams despite the world being against you. So it has really a lot of good songs. So this is my top 5. It's BTS Too Cool for School. So for my top 4, it's BAP. So BAP stands for Best, Absolute, Perfect. So all the superlatives in the world. As you can see, it almost has the same style or format as the BTS album. There's a CD and a photo book, which is all the members' pictures. So just a fun fact. They were all blonde, so it took me a while back then to memorize their names and match it with their faces. So yeah. So what I love about BAP is the fact that all their songs talk about social injustice. So discrimination, double standards, homophobia, and all that. So even though they have already disbanded 2 to 3 years ago, all of their songs are still very timely and relevant because we're still facing the same issues as of the moment. So I love their debut song as well, which is called Warrior. So yep, so BAP album for my top 4. So for my top 3, it's Super Junior. So I'm pretty sure that you've already seen this video in one of our Fun Thursdays. So thank you, Mads, for sharing my picture. So yeah, I think this is their 5th album and it's for Mr. Simple. Yep. So as you can see, it has a slightly different format compared to the other albums. So the CD is all right here, but instead of a photo book, they have posters. So let's see. Oh. So let's not show that. So these are the posters for each member of the group. So it's really colorful. So what I love about this album and their title song in particular, which is called Mr. Simple, is that it's really catchy. It sounds like a very generic K-pop song. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, it's really catchy and I really enjoy listening to it. And also, this is Yesung's version. So Yesung is my bias. In K-pop terminology, bias is like your most favorite member of the group. So Yesung is my bias. And also this This album is locally produced, so I bought it here in the Philippines. So as you can see, it's made in the Philippines. It's just one of the few albums released here in the Philippines. So yeah, this is my top 4. It's Super Junior. No, not my top 4. It's my top 3. So it's Super Junior. For my top 2 album, it's Big Bang. So this is a live album by Big Bang. So it doesn't look that good anymore. I know it's a bit rusty. I don't know. I tried covering it with plastic way back, but still didn't work. So I'm not sure what to do with it. But yeah, I love this album because Big Bang is known for heavy EDM songs. So they really have a lot of lively songs and hip hop songs. But this album has mellow titles, which is called Blue. So their title song is it's a slow song, which is weird and new for Big Bang. That's why I love it, because it's different. And also the concept is really good and it's really creative. So yep. So this is for their album Alive, and their title song is called Blue. So Big Bang is known as the kings of K-pop. They're a very legendary group in terms of sales, in terms of performance. So yeah, they're no longer that active recently. I think so, because most of them just came from the military. So yep, and one member left the group recently. So hopefully they can release a new album soon. But yeah, I don't know how to describe this album. It just feels so unique and different for me. That's why I love it. Plus the packaging, though it doesn't look good, it still looks creative for me. I don't know. So yeah, so it's Big Bang's Alive for my top 2. So for my top 1, I'm pretty sure that you guys know it already. It's definitely Infinite. So I have a lot of Infinite albums and I really can't choose which is my favorite, but I'd probably have to go to probably Destiny and Top Seed. Yep, so these 2 albums. So for Destiny, it has the same concept, but what really makes this album different compared to other Infinite albums is this is their first release right after they got super famous in Korea. So after they win a few music shows and after they got invited by Billboard. So this is their first release after all of that. So in terms of production value, they really had invested a lot in this album. So probably that's why it's quite different from their previous releases, and it's a pretty strong comeback. So yeah, Infinite Destiny. And this album also, I think it's tied in number 1 because this is their most recent release. So it's called Top Seed. So one member of Infinite already left the group, and this is their first song as 6 members. So yeah, in terms of album format, style, I don't know, still the same probably. So it's just a photo card with a handwritten message and all of that. There's also a photo book also, just like the previous albums, and just a bunch of pictures of the members of Infinite and a frame and the CD. So yeah, and also another photo card right here. So yeah, I probably choose this also as my top one. So what I love about Infinite is they're one of the groups with probably the most emotional story. They've been performing for 3 years before they got their first win in music show, which is weird because other groups tend to get their first win after 10 days or after a week or so if they're really a famous group. So yeah, and Infinite is really different. So their sound is a bit different compared to other groups because they have a retro pop vibe rather than just K-pop or the bubblegum K-pop. So yeah, and they're known as the kings of synchronization. So when they dance, they really match each other. So they're really synchronized when they dance or perform. So yeah, Infinite is my favorite group or my ultimate bias group, and definitely the number one.